Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I'll be your friendly crafty master today, because today we're carrying on with our ongoing, or we're our summer campaign at least. This summer, we often, in the summer months, find ourselves down players for different sessions for a variety of reasons, for family commitments or vacation commitments or so forth. Then, rather than run a series of variety of one-shots over the summer, we've decided to use Crafty Games' excellent fantasy RPG, Fantasy Craft, as our, very nice, as our summer game. This is yet another tale from Thule, which is the structure for our summer campaign. Each of these is intended to be kind of a done-in-one, so you should be able to, if you haven't seen any of our other ones, you should have no difficulty seeing what happens here. With that, let me introduce you to the stars of today's session. I'll go the order I've got you guys on the screen here. Why don't you tell us who you are and who you're playing? First up, we've got Carl.
Hello, I am playing Hakon Doomwinter. He's got a big axe. He would be, notably, he can go into a rage as a la Berserker. So yeah, just point him in the direction of where you want things for him to fight. I think that's his MO.
Very nice. And joining him is David.
Hi everyone, I'm David. I'm playing Fyreda Farwalker, an intrepid wizard on a quest for knowledge.
Very nice.
Such a juxtaposition of characters.
Brain and brain.
Yeah.
So, guys, our session starts, and just a reminder, the green bar, your action points, that doesn't track back to the character sheet. I can't figure out how to get that to work. So we tend to keep track of it on the token as opposed to the sheet. But guys, our session starts in all white. And what we'd see coming out of this sheer white covering, a almost impenetrable fog that hangs over the waters, we slowly see a single long ship, as we see in the illustration on the right there, kind of emerge from the fog and making its way along. What we would see as the long ship drifts closer is that there are rowers who are propelling the ship forward because of the stillness. The sails are of very little use. And there appears to be about 50 warriors, all Norsemen and women. And among their number, they have the look of agitation, but they don't have the look of like they're about to dive out and go into combat. Some are sitting, some are just watching the winds, and others are worriedly looking at the mists. And among those two numbers, we would see near the prow of the ship, standing near a masked man, are our two Reavers of Thule for today. The masked man is Primon, the Godwalker. This is what Primon looks like. The other two are, of course, our two Reavers. The ship is oddly silent. Normally you would want to be making a sounding or something like that to see if cliffs or rocks or things are further ahead. And yet this ship is all silent. And the reason being is because you are in enemy waters. This fog came up unexpectedly and unseasonably. And Fyreda, you have no doubt. Actually, Hakan, you've got some knowledge of dark magics as well. You have no doubt that there is sorcery afoot in this. Fyreda, the two of you, I will leave it to you guys to decide how Hakan and Fyreda came together, but it's the two of you who were recruited by Primon for this particular raid. This was a raid that he is a He says that he is a priest to something that is not a god, truly, that is a giant Mimir, a god of knowledge, or the giant, at least, of knowledge, I believe, whose eye was plucked from him. Or he plucked an eye. I don't remember how. My Norse myths are a little rusty. But in any event, he felt that there was something. You are sailing into the territory of an organization called the Black Tongue. The Black Tongue is one of the many criminal organizations active in Thule, and Priman is leading a raid on their territory, or at least that was the plan. Ferreira, you know that there is, or can feel in your gut that there is something unnatural about this as well. How are you handling the situation?
I think she's quite determined. This is sort of what she expected going on this. If you're recruited by someone called the God Walker for a raid against a nefarious organization, she wasn't expecting this to be easy, and she's obviously quite intrigued by the knowledge association with Mimir, the one that the Priman seems to worship. So yeah, I think she's standing at the prow, cloak sort of wrapped around her against the cold fog, and sort of will suddenly reach out with her senses to go, and then sort of like, magic. But I think it's sort of what she expects, so she's not too worried at the moment, just on her guard.
Okay.
And looking forward to what's to come.
And Hakon, how are you handling this unnatural fog?
I believe that Hakon is tense, much like the other Norse folk on the boat. Maybe he's pacing back and forth. He's probably drawn his weapon already, just pacing and then stops, looks out at the fog, squinting his eyes to see if he can see anything, mumbling stuff like, what sort of trap have you led us into, God Walker? That type of thing.
He says, I think this not in response to us, Hakon. I think this... I do not feel an eye upon us. And Ferreira, as you're, kind of sensing things, I think you hear the sound of, there's obviously the sound of the water lapping up against the hull as it's making its way through. But you hear the sound of, not a splash, but there as if something entering the water, but something splashing as if moving, which leads you to the side of the ship. And looking down, what you can see in the blackened waters is the surface of something scaled. The scales have an azure color to them with deep mottling of a darker blue and flecks of gold. And the way that it moves along, it seems to continue to undulate as it goes. You can see that there is a fringe as well, a almost stylized fire as a frill that moves along the length of this thing. Coils and coils and coils, and then it goes under. And if you look down the length of the ship, you can see it continues to surface and then goes under and surface and go under. You cannot make out any limbs or any head or in fact any tail, but it does seem to undulate through the darkened waters.
Does it look like it's sort of playfully just testing the ships, or is it more aggressive?
It's not...
If it's possible to tell.
Yeah, it's not striking the vessel. It's not interfering with the rows. There's like 18 oars on either side. It doesn't seem to be interacting with them or allowing itself to be struck by them. It seems to move underneath them. And there is... Go ahead.
I think Faraday would turn to Hakon and Priman and just sort of say, our presence in these waters has been noticed.
Priman
That's a motion to the
walks
side
over
of
to
the
you.
ship.
Yeah, he doesn't, obviously can't make an expression, but he says, what have you seen, Firewalker?
Creature the likes of it I've not seen before, and she'll describe it to him, but I think she'll try to make sure that the rowers and the other sailors can't hear this conversation in case they get startled or worried. But she'll describe what she's seen to Priman and Hakon if he's...
Mm-hmm.
He says, Jormungand. The World Serpent. We may have sailed further than we thought. And at that moment, there is a crash as the whole back end of the ship kind of shifts to the side. Would you guys each give us a reflex save, please? This will be DC 10. I'll make one for Priman. He keeps his feet.
Hakon.
Nice.
Wow.
So, Hakon, if you want, you could spend an action die to
I'll spend it to grab
Freda. Yeah, beautiful.
Yes, I will.
Hakon grabs you, Freda, before you take a tumble and hit your head on anything.
Careful there, Farwalker.
Thank you.
There's a bunch of kind of muttering and whatnot on the crew. What's happened? What's going on? And everyone's yelling at the oarsman, or the steerman? What do you call it? Whoever steers the boat.
Steersman. It's fine.
Yeah.
Sure.
The whoever's at the rudder, he is getting an earful from many of the others, and Priman says, "Quiet! Quiet!" And the ship falls silent once again. And would Hakon and Ferreira, would you each give us a notice check, please?
Nice.
Okay.
Too foggy out here. Too foggy.
Too foggy.
Yeah. So Hakon is actually...
is that...
Ferreira is a potential error. Because you rolled a nat 1. So... I think I'm gonna... No, it's too early to start fucking around with that, so we'll leave it for now. But it's one of the things that my favorite things about the game. We had yesterday, John had to make a ride check that was like a DC 10, and it was an absolute piece of piss. They just needed to get a cart away from some wolves. Rolled a nat 1, wheel came off the cart, fight ensued. It was fantastic. But what you, Hakon, you kind of, once everyone kind of quiets down, you look back to the front of the ship and you can hear something. And it's the sound of ropes straining, of boards moving. It is the sound of a ship up ahead. So you have just enough time to shout one thing if you'd like.
Ship! At point.
And at that point, you hear shouts from somewhere up ahead, and suddenly a ship taller than yours, but maybe not quite as long, just emerges out of the fog, and the two ships slam into one another. The prow of the long ship just skewering the side of the ship and lodging itself in its hull. Both ships then beginning to drift to the side. You can hear more grinding and twisting from the thickened boards, and you can hear from this mysterious ship the sound of people alerted to it. Although, Hakon, you do not recognize any of the language that is being spoken. You recognize the sound of surprised and startled men. you do not know what they're saying. Your ship, likewise, is full of people who are... Now, one thing we're going to do in this session, guys, is we need to keep track of your crew. So we're going to use this as a tracker for your crew. And we'll put 50 to represent the 50 men who are on board. Let me make sure. I think you go. There you go. You guys can see it.
Yep.
Voila. So once this happens, everyone on the ship is kind of, muttering and startled, and you can see that Priman has sort of stumbled, and he hasn't quite fallen, but he's looking up and he's just at an absolute loss. Do you guys wish to do anything?
Is it a design of a ship that we've seen before, or is it just completely strange to us?
You can give us a knowledge check, actually, both of you. And I think...
I do have port cities. I don't know if that helps.
That'll give you a +1.
So 13 for me. So 14.
14 for you. So you know that it is not one of the common cultures that you have seen around, at least in and around Western Thule.
Mm-hmm.
For Rada, you know that there are... they are sometimes referred to as Lemurian ships. They have a very distinctive design, although you know that is a name that is imposed on them by other inhabitants of Thule. It is not something that is from close by, in any event.
In which case, Ferreira will look as she helps Priman get to his feet. She will say, as she looks at the sails and the rigging, I think you were right. We have sailed potentially very far off course indeed.
Indeed. And his next word is cut off because an arrow lands square in one of his eye sockets.
Oh.
The fletching on the other end of the arrow is not something you recognize either. As he drops to his knees, and there's sort of a whoa and muttering, and you can hear then, guys, the sound of someone giving an order from the other ship. And I think, Hacken, you in particular, recognize the sound of snapping bowstrings. So, Hacken and Ferreira, would you care to give us a reflexes save, please?
Sure.
This will be, I think, a DC 12.
Ooh.
Oh, boy.
Both of us,
Okay, so then each of you takes 3 points of damage. If you have armor, it would protect against this. I don't think... Hacken... Yeah, you don't
I have like that.
Yeah, 0. So you get 1 when you're using your claymore, but I don't think you're...
That's off the blue, right?
The blue, correct. Yeah, your vitality. And then would you guys give us a D6 roll, please?
2.
2 men drop dead from among the numbers in the back. And then, guys, we need to roll some initiative.
That's 3 damage for me as well.
3 damage for you as well, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, then, and I'll put your crewman in there. Okay. Actually, I'm not going to bother with a token for them because they're just going to be kind of abstracted. And then, you know what I'll do as well, since we're in a fight. We'll go to...
Like Bird 20 has decided that I'm going to be Jeff today. In terms of the dice rolls.
Everyone's got to take a turn. And initiative for Hacken too, please.
Oh, initiative. Yeah, sorry.
Okay, and let me...
That's at like the top. Yeah, there it is.
2 tokens set up here. Nice. Okay. And okay, we'll do this. We'll put the other on there. We're going to have kind of like the bigger fight going on at the same time as you guys are in a scrap. So we'll have your separate area or your separate confrontation from the rest of the ship. The ships have sort of drifted relatively close to each other, so on the side. So there's quite a few who are able to leap across or just shoot down into the your crew. It's curious. It's incidentally, if you're wondering like why the fuck were they ready so quickly with this, that is a reasonable question to be asking. That's not just GM bullshittery. It is GM bullshittery, let's be honest, but it's not the only thing. Okay. And here we go. Okay, I just need my... Oh, there we go. Okay. So, what you then see is as you're... Let me get the initiative tracker going here. That is 9. And we'll use them for the initiative tracker. Ooh. So, the first thing you see is that there are, in addition to a second set of a volley of arrows coming down from the side, you can see that there are a number of very, from your perspective at least, unusually equipped warriors who, guys, look like this. And that is them there. There are a number of them who are jumping down into the midst of your allies. And there are also a number who likewise jump down with strange, straight swords with only one edge on the side, who are probably about 20 feet away from you guys at this point. And then there is someone who leaps down to the edge of the deck who looks like this. And he seems to be leading them. He has a very long and it looks like very thin sword that he is pointing at you. And before we jump into this round, he does manage to get off in a heavily accented version of common. He says, "Servants of the serpent, we will not fall to you." And then his allies will charge in on you guys. They're only going to be able to engage with each of you. And he is... well, he doesn't act yet, so... you each have 2 of these guys with the swords on you, with the exotic armor. Hacken, what are you doing?
I guess he's going to try to... They've called us out. I guess he's going to try to attack him.
Okay.
First guy. What is
So if you use your Claymore or your Bastard Sword, I can't remember what it's called on your...
Claymore, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Nice, solid hit.
Yep. And then damage.
I'll roll my damage save.
12.
I failed my damage save, so
Right.
that's one half action. One of them is down. What do you want to do with your other half action?
I'll attack the other guy.
Remember, if you've got a stance, it takes you a half action to get into the stance.
I don't know what I have a stance. What is that?
Your Berserker stance is 1, and your Overpowering Force is 1. Greatsword Basics gives you 1, and Rage Basics gives you 1.
Okay. I don't know if I need to rage. I should check this guy out first, right?
Okay.
And then, try to take this guy out first.
Okay, go ahead with your fallout through.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, everyone gets an action die, by the way.
Yeah. 18, is that?
18's a hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Nice.
10.
And no, I failed my damage save, so those two guys are just carved down. I'm not sure if you heard me. Each, yeah, well, you get, okay, yeah, everyone gets an action die. All right, then it is his turn, and he cries out, "Monster!" in common, and he leaps forward at you, Hacken, and misses with his first attack. Then it is Ferreira. One of the things about Hacken is he is surprisingly hard to hit. He's a very canny adversary. Isn't like a 15 is your... 17 when you're using a greatsword is your defense.
Yeah, when I'm using the greatsword.
That's huge. 17. All right. Then, Ferreira, what are you doing?
Ferreira, where can she step so that both of them are in a line?
I think if you want to give us a acrobatics check, that may be able to get them in a line. We'll say DC. Let's see what their bonus. DC 12. Nice. Yep. So you duck and getting them all lined up. That didn't take in a half action, so.
In that case, as she sort of ducks around, you have had them both in a line. She mutters something under her breath, and the fog around her will sort of fall inwards and freeze as it does, and then a polar ray will sort of shoot out, hopefully getting both of them.
Okay.
I think it's...
So go ahead and give us your... Oh, you need to give us your spellcasting check first. DC...
what's the...
Did that roll your spellcasting?
That's it. On the spell...
Oh, versus spell... Yeah. Ooh, okay, so you got 18, so you actually... 13 is what you needed. You want to action die that?
Yes.
Yeah. And I think... you get +2?
I get +2, yeah, for my savvy.
Awesome. Okay, so then that's... Yeah, so there you go. That's 13. Precisely. Let me make the... both failed their saves. I got an error on one. If you want to spend an action die, you can kill one of these guys. Okay. The other one, give us a d6 for damage. Okay. 1d6. 1. Let's see. So it's a DC 10. So the other one is still alive. Oh! But he's shocked that this one ally just like freezes over and then falls. You have one more half action.
If I remember correctly, I can only cast one spell.
That's right.
Per turn, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
In that case, for my other action, I will... Where's the code again? And I'll try and anticipate him.
Yes, absolutely. Give us a contested sense motive. I got an 8. All right. Yeah, easy. So you got +1 to your defense against this fella. Is it that, or
actually +3 because I think it says it's the wisdom modifier.
Oh, that's huge. Yeah, that's great. Okay. All right. Then we're at top of the round. So there are 4 more who appear. I'm spending my action die. at the top of this junk that you guys have collided with, and they are going to... two will open fire at you, Ferreira. One is a miss. Does an 11 hit you?
Yes.
Okay.
It's on the nose.
On the nose, all right. That's 5 points of damage.
That gets rid of all of my vitality.
Okay, so then you'll be 1 wound, and then you are fatigued now as they've drawn blood. Ugh. And then Hacken, 2 fire on you. Neither of those hits. Then it is Hacken's turn. What are you doing?
I think now he's going to rage,
Okay.
and then he'll attack this guy.
Okay. Go ahead. That is a big hit. And that... Oh, it's 1 off from a crit.
I know.
Crit. Go ahead and roll damage.
14.
14. Wowzers. Okay, so... And... Oh, massive is the ability on it. Okay. He is not smaller than you. Oh, did you put your temp modifiers in for raging?
Oh, I need to. Yeah, I need to do that.
Yeah. Remember, there's a column that's like the modifier or something like that. Next to your attributes.
So it's yeah, they're there. They're there. Cool.
Okay, nice. Oh, were they there already? I think we forgot to take them off then.
Oh well.
Okay. So then that then that's correct already. All right. And he has 3. So there we go. Oh no, wrong one. Hold up. There we go.
This right.
All right. Then it is his turn. He is going to try and disarm you, Hacken. Let's see here. I was going to see if you get a modifier because you're wielding a 2-handed weapon. I can't remember if that's the case in this game. You get +4 to this. So go ahead and give us an attack roll with your claymore, and you can add +4 to the result.
Is there a way to add the 4?
No, there's not.
Okay, so
We'll add it afterwards, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there's... Okay, that's fine. It does say modifier, but I could
It does, but the thing is, if you're adding that for every roll, there's so many rolls in this game, it slows things down. Okay, I rolled an error. You can spend an action die if you want to trigger the error and disarm this guy instead.
I think I will.
Okay. So he tries to get your sword away. He does not. He misjudges your swordsmanship, and with a swing or a kind of a shift in your grip, his sword flies from his hand and hits the ground. He looks kind of surprised. Then he will spin around and he's going to try and trip you. So this will be contested acrobatics. And
This guy's tricky.
I got a
8.
So that's 21. So Hacken, you are currently sprawled, and this guy's going to take a 5-foot step away from you. Ferreira, what are you doing?
I think she will try and get rid of the one in front of her by, once again, consolidating the fog.
Okay.
Sorry.
Nice. Oh yeah, that's great. I just rolled an error on my save. If you want to freeze this guy with an action die, you can, or you can roll damage.
No, I think I'll just spend the action die.
Okay. He is gone. You have another half action.
Does Simon look like he's a gunner? with the arrow in his eye.
Yeah, he's not moving at all.
He's okay. So, is there any way she could gain some cover or get herself in a position where not as many of them can rush up against her?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that she'll sort of find one of those places, like maybe a mast behind her.
You do know that Priman also was a he was a Godwalker, which means he may have some like ointments or potions or stuff on him.
I guess she would happily go over to where he is and get ready to rummage through his pockets.
You got it. Okay, then on their turn. So I forgot, we have 2 rounds so far. Why don't each of you give us a d20 roll? And I'll roll for ours. Okay.
5. The first one, yeah.
Okay. Okay, our Vikings are not doing a very good showing against these guys. Would you each give us a d3 roll, please? Okay.
Oops. I should have just rolled a d6 and 1.
Okay.
It's not so bad.
There you go. All right, so they are thinning their forces, but you are losing more than they are. Then it is their turn once again. Let me make the attack for them. No, actually, I may have spoken too soon. Yours are doing okay. All right. One more. So the fighting behind you is just fierce. And you guys can engage with that as well. Just that each attack, unless you've got something that can theoretically hit more than one person, it's only going to affect one loss for them. So if you do have something that can do more, you certainly can try and do that. Or each half action could potentially take down or thin their numbers. But for their turn, okay, so you are rummaging right now. I think seeing their ally in trouble, I think all 4 are going to leap down and just interpose themselves between their leader and Hacken, the foaming Northman. And then it is Hacken's turn.
Okay. Is there like a stand up as attack of opportunity thing? Or
no, there's no attacks of opportunity in the game. And so there's a difference between being prone and being,
sprawled.
Sprawled is you're knocked off your, knocked on your ass. It's just a reposition half action to get back up.
That's good. I wonder if I can. No, I don't.
What are you thinking?
No, yeah, I don't know if it's worth like slicing at him from the ground. What's the consequence or penalty for that?
If you're sprawled, it is. I can tell you. There we go. Sprawled, you are flat-footed. You suffer -2 to all attacks.
No, it's just better to reposition. Okay, yeah. I'll reposition as a half action, and then attack one of these guys.
Okay, go right ahead. The big guy is, because of the reach of your weapon, he's still in range if you want it.
Oh, that's okay. I just didn't these guys.
Okay, so that is a miss, but you could spend it's not an error, so you could spend an action die if you want.
Oh, yeah, I'll spend one.
Okay, 1d4 exclamation mark, please.
Oh, it's d4. Okay.
And remember the exclamation mark, because it can explode. Nice!
Nice!
All right, solid hit. Go and roll damage. I'll make the damage save. I failed my damage save, so another one. Wow!
Okay.
It was foolish for them to try and interpose with you. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Then it is this fella's turn. So he sees you he sees you kind of rooting through the Godwalkers, or getting ready to root through there. And he is going to... I think he's going to bull rush you, Ferreira. So this is a contested athletics. I got, oh shoot. I got a 21.
Ooh, I think he's going to win that one, but let's see.
Oh. So he just bolts over and kind of like shoves you. You are knocked back. You are sprawled. And okay, so I rolled 21. That is 16 difference. Holy shit! He fucking sends you over the edge. So why don't you give us a reflex save to try and grab the side of the boat? Also, everyone gets an action die. Nice. Okay, yeah. So you kind of and are hanging on. You can, yeah, just your by fingernails. Ferreira, your turn. What are you doing?
Cursing loudly in a number of languages. And she will try and heave herself back up onto the ship.
Sure. I think this is a DC 10 athletics.
I am fatigued, so okay, there we go.
Good.
But
okay.
Determined.
Did it apply the -2, or did you?
I did the adjustment of my strength.
Oh, for fatigue. Great.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you managed.
I was very strong to start with.
No.
As she sort of gets up and realizes, that these are quite well-trained combatants, and they clearly look at. She's going to rack her brain to see if that serpent, servants of the serpent, means anything to her.
Give us a knowledge check, please. This isn't a half action. This is just a.
Would secret societies factor into this?
Definitely.
Be a 27 then.
So it's starting to. You saw the serpent before. What this guy's referencing, if it's in reference to something in Thule, he may think for some reason that you are associated with an ancient species that once ruled these lands. A shape-changing kind that was cast down ages ago by some conqueror king type. He may think that you are actually aligned with the serpent folk. You've heard that the Lemurians are enemies of the serpent folk. They are an ancient culture as well. And why on earth would he think that there is dragon iconography in your stuff? And unless this guy has never traveled Thule, he would not know that. So why on earth would he think that that would be the case?
Yeah, because she will call out to him, call off your man. We are not servants of the serpent. This is a misunderstanding.
Give us a, let's see here, an impress check, please. And you'll get +1 from...
There we go.
Okay. So remember, we're using sliding difficulties in here. So a 15 is actually a really good roll for your level. He kind of stops and looks at you. And you can see you've clearly triggered something in it. So he may have something to say on his turn. There are the three facing you, Hacken. They can't hear anything over the sound of pissed off Northmen. So I think, what are they going to do? Let's let one of them, he's going to try and trip you. So give us a acrobatics check, please. I got a 16. Do I want to spend an action die on that? Hold up. Maybe I will. Let's see if I can get exploding dice.
Yep.
And go ahead and, yeah, acrobatics.
Yeah.
10. Okay.
Yep.
I got set, so it is a 18 total with my action die. Do you want to action die yours, or are you going to get... sprawled.
I'll be sprawled. It's fine.
Okay, so you get into feet knocked out of you for the one. He will then, I think he's going to try and hit you just because you guys are still in life and death combat. Barely miss. Oh, you're sprawled. So it's flat-footed. What's your dex bonus?
My dex is, I don't have a 1.
Oh, it's 13. Yeah, +1. So that's enough. So he does manage to hit you, and you take 8 points of damage. Shit. Your DR will apply against that.
Okay. Is it 1 or 2? I can't remember. It's 1.
Did you take
1?
You didn't take 11 points of damage already, have you? Hacken, you're
Yeah, I took 3. I took 3 from the arrows.
Right. So you should be at like 13 for your... Oh, it's right, you're 8 afterwards. Forgive me, I looked up and I saw I was at 5. I'm like, how the fuck are you so low already? So you should have taken 7 from that if you were at 13, so you would actually be at 6 hit points.
6, yeah.
Yeah, or vitality.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then the other one is going to try and leap on you and grapple you to stop you from using that big fuck-off sword. Let's see if he can succeed. So that is in combat. This is a contested athletics, I think. Let's see. Yeah, opposed athletics. So go ahead and give us an athletics check. I rolled an error. Do you want to kill this guy with an action die?
Yeah, I can run him through as he tries to do that.
Yeah, so he tries to land on you. You bring your sword, the broad side of it up, and he just... And then the other guy's going to do the same thing. I got a 14 on my athletics. Okay. And then because...
So I rolled a 13 for that guy, but that's fine. I can reroll.
Okay.
I can reroll if you want me to.
13?
That
No,
was for
that's
the
fine.
other guy.
Yeah,
so I'll use that.
Your
I'll use
choice.
the action dice.
Okay, go right ahead. And I'm just checking for sprawled. It is an attack, so this you would take -2 to it. So currently you're at 11 on that one. Give us a 1d4 exclamation mark, please. So one of these guys has just jumped down and grabbed you.
Okay.
Okay, Hacken. So while you are there, you can try and break free.
Okay.
That's once again a contested athletics check.
Okay.
And you've got minus... Wait. You don't set for -2 because you're not... Yeah, because you're not... It's not an attack for you. You're just trying to free yourself. Fuck me. I got a 20 total. Modified, not crit. Nice! 25. So you throw this little guy off of you. Whoa! Then, it is for this guy's turn. He looks at you.
Does that take the whole?
Yeah, it's a full round action for grappling.
Okay.
This guy looks at you, Ferreira, and he says, "You intercepted Maywen's ship. You seek the horn of the Lord of the Deep. You are a servant of a serpent." He seems to be kind of questioning you on that. He's saying that, but he's not asserting it. Or at least he's not pressing it with his accented common. You can respond if you'd like.
Yeah, I think she'll rack her brain for a moment to see if has she heard of the Lord of the Deep? Is that like a common name?
It's give us another knowledge check. Let's just leave it to that. And I think, let's see here. Yeah, I don't know if any of your studies would necessarily apply here. 22 though. So just from what you saw earlier, you have heard Lemurians believe that serpents or dragons are effectively gods in the same way as other spirits. They have a very full pantheon, unlike the more rigid, Norse pantheon that you have or that you may venerate. They may be referring to something similar to what you saw. It could refer to, you're not certain, but it could refer to a dragon of the deep.
We look puzzled for a minute. We're seeking the lands of the Black Tongue, not some horn or. We did see a scaly creature on our way here, but it passed behind us. We're not its servants.
He seems kind of confused by that, and then there is a sound of a horn once again, or actually a gong from the ship. Wham, 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 wham. And he seems to look back at the ship itself, and he looks over and he says, "No, they've caught us." And he will use his half action to kind of run over to where his sword fell, and then as a free action, well, I'll spend an action die for this, but he kind of hits it with his foot, and it sort of spirals up, and he catches the sword, and he's getting ready to leap back up onto his ship. He says something in a language you don't understand. Ferreira, what are you doing?
Well, happily see him leave. She is slightly worried about the whole "they have caught us," which obviously means that there might be more. But I think for now what she will do is, seeing as she's not being immediately attacked, I think she will just try to refresh.
Oh, love it. Okay. Yep, so as long as you're not attacked between now and the start of next turn, you can spend that action die. Yeah,
so,
give you guys
assessing situation, catching her breath, and like,
what is going on?
Yeah.
All right, so then the warriors seem to be disengaging for the most part from your allies. I think there's probably still... Yeah, okay, so they still each suffer some casualties here. Just because, it's tough to get Viking warriors to suddenly stop fighting. We'll be having Hacken's turn in a moment. I'm going to make a will save for these two fellows you're fighting to see if they... So the one that knocked you down, Hacken, he kind of turns, and his first half action is to run over to the side of his ship, and they begin kind of clambering up the little ropes that have come down. So he's trying to escape. The guy who was grappling you that you threw off, he's sprawled right now, so he needs one to kind of reposition himself. And then he's going to grab the sword that was at his feet, and he still seems intent on fighting you. Hacken, what are you doing?
I guess he'll use a action to reposition, to become unsprawled.
Yep.
And then if this guy's going to fight, he's going to fight him.
Okay. So here's another thing that I can't remember if I mentioned last time. So when you're dealing with an adversary who's standard, they take any kind of damage as the same. So whether it's subdual, or whether it's stress, or whether it's regular, like lethal damage, then I mention it because, Hacken, you could try and intimidate this fella. And that counts as, if you succeed, it counts as stress damage. You would defeat him, it just would be a way of, like, maybe he drops the sword and runs away, or he jumps overboard, or something like that. So you could attack him. You could also just be a scary motherfucker and get into retreat. Your choice.
I'll try the intimidate. Let's see if this works.
Okay. And you can threaten 3 at once as well. So why don't you give us an intimidate check, please?
Okay.
And it's, I think, resisted by resolve.
Good roll.
Okay. Whoa! All right. So, Hacken, what is it you do to scare this fella off? Actually, hold on. Give us a D6 roll. That's how much stress damage he takes. I failed my damage save anyway.
one.
Why don't you tell us how this guy reacts to your terrifying... There's also, incidentally, 2 others who will react to this, but...
I probably, like, with a flourish, like, swirl my sword around, you know, but not really trying to attack him, just to, like,
scare him off.
Move back, scare him off.
Yeah. And he stumbles back and falls over the side. Whoa! Into the water, and then the guy at the other end of the boat is going to clamber up the rope.
Mm-hmm.
And then you, maybe as a... no, that's all your 2 actions. 2 half actions, right?
Yeah, that was it.
This guy, the Lemurian warrior, he spares a look back at you, Ferreira, and it's a wary kind of like respectful, maybe is the way to view it, and then he throws himself up and he leaps and lands back on the ship, and you can hear that gong is still going, and there's the sound of increasing battle starting up there. So I'll just put him over here for now. Ferreira, start of your round, you can spend an action die. Do you want to recover 2 wounds, or do you want to recover...
some vitality, please.
Okay, so 1d4 exclamation mark. Come on. Jesus. All right, now you have your turn. What would you like to do? 2 half actions, 1 full action.
I think she will walk over to where Hakon is.
Yep.
And say, I know this looks like good news, but he said something about they have found us, so stay vigilant, my friend. And then she will head back to Poimen to loot his body.
Okay. The rest of these guys are either fighting your fellas or going back. Okay, so it's 2 more from each. And Hakon.
Yeah, I mean, how does he have to keep raging, or can he stop?
No, it's a free action to drop out, but you become fatigued 1.
Yeah. How? It's been like, what,
I
4
think,
rounds?
Let's take a look at what your rage things. I can't remember if you have to attack each round. Let's see here.
If there's still these guys, I guess.
So you may not make skill checks while in this. You still oppose them as normal. We kind of broke the rule for that for Intimidate. Yeah, what do you want to do?
Are there still fighting going on here?
There is, yeah. If you want to throw yourself down into the midst of the...
yeah.
Okay. Then give us... let's see here. Either an athletics check for just kind of plowing into these guys, or a intimidate check.
I like to intimidate because I can affect multiple people. So let's do the intimidate again.
Go 12.
12.
And okay. All right, 2 more guys are distracted by you sufficiently that your allies on the longship can take them down. Then it is something else is going on the other ship.
Ooh.
And let me get something ready here. Okay. The GM layer. Oh, what am I doing? Okay. So this will be closer to your edge, guys, where this has happened, near the front of the long ship. Hakon has thrown himself back down into the fight near the edge. Ferreira, you don't know where this Lemurian warrior has gone, but what you can hear over the side of the ship is something is... It sounds like picks or climbing tools hitting the side of the ship. And you think you can hear splashing in the water. What do you do? Oh, you got to his body, right?
Yeah. Yeah, she will rifle through Primon's pockets to see if there's anything useful in there.
There is a vitality potion in there. If you quickly quaff that, it's 2d6 vitality back.
Yeah, I think, yeah, she'll...
Nice. Okay. So your vitality is back up to full. Let me actually drop one in here for...
But I remain fatigued, right?
Correct, yeah. Not until we get to a different scene. That's when you can transition to... you can transition to... You drop your fatigue condition or your... whatchamacallit? Shaken condition by 1. Okay, and... We are... Let's roll for them. Oh... Okay. All right. So then, Freda has consumed that. You got some vitality back. Fighting continues at the end of the ship. Hacken, give us a reflex save, please. So it's a DC 12. You want to action die that? Oh, you're out of action die. Well, guys, it's 12:20 my time. Everyone gets an action die. Oh yeah, you're muted, Carl. So, Timbo.
I will use that action dice you just gave me.
You got it. So you just need 3. There you go. Beautiful. So you take no damage. You kept everyone at bay. Mm-hmm. And then it is what you see slither over the side of the ship and wielding a wicked-looking curved blade. A serpent folk sneak. And there are 6 who have joined here, but you can hear the shouts from the end of the ship. And what you can see is Hacken, this is among your number as well. These things are coming over, and there are either sprays of venom from their fangs as they spit at some of these, both Vikings and the Lemurians alike. And then others are leaping up and stabbing with their cruel blades. They are carving a swath through both of the human forces, seemingly making no distinction between either. Hacken, what are you doing? So you're in the midst.
He's gonna engage.
Okay.
Some of these guys.
So then there is the sort of main force of the things, but if you spare a look back, you can see Ferreira. There are 6 that are sort of coming up over the sides of the ship near the front, where the Godwalker's body is. The bodies of those Lemurians are. Do you want to go and assist Ferreira or jump into the fray with the rest of your Viking allies?
I'm going to go assist Ferreira.
Okay. So you'll probably get 1 action, be a half action to move up to where they are, and then...
Maybe, my position okay here, or should I just be over here so we're kind of back to back or whatever?
Oh yeah, if you want to be there, yeah. You switch over here.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
And go ahead and make an attack roll.
Yep.
And these would be flat-footed as well, too, so they're going to be a little easier to hit. That's it. Oh, solid hit. Go ahead and roll damage. I'll make my damage save. That's okay. I failed my save. So there is a spray of black blood from this thing as it falls back over the side. I'm going to get rid of these fellas for now because it is Ferreira's turn. What are you doing?
These look like they're cold-blooded, so she'll make it extra cold for them.
Nice.
If possible, she'll try and get 2 of them in one ray, but...
Okay. I think that's quite easy to do that because they're sort of on the edge. If you lean forward off the side of the boat and then... Oh! It's an error! Oh, boy. So I think we have to trigger that.
Oh.
Because what that means is it is -5 to future spellcasting checks in this scene until you make a successful spellcasting check. So let me spend the action die to trigger that threat. What do you think is the crisis of confidence or whatever here?
I think she sort of maybe a little bit too cockily tries to draw on her magic, so she sort of in her mind to realize that these are old foes. These are from way before their knowledge and understanding of magic is potentially way beyond turn, and so she gets sort of like, what if they have spellcasted on him? So she just gets caught up in her own thoughts.
Well, and perhaps as well, like the Godwalker mentioned, this was unnatural fog, right? Mm-hmm. You may be realizing you're working with their magics.
Yeah.
This whole time as you're drawing on the fog to get in. You still have another half action, though.
I think she will try to anticipate one of them.
Go right ahead. I got a 15. Nice. Okay. So then you get you're what, +3 to your defense, right?
+3 to my defense, yeah.
Okay. So these two are going to have to ready themselves. Ooh, no, one of them is going to spit its venom at you, Hacken, which give us a reflex save. A DC is 10. Okay.
I don't...
You are blinded. So then that one then jumps up. The other will... No, he's going to try and take advantage. He's going to jump up and then make an attack. So the blinded condition is you're flat-footed and you cannot see anything. -8 with attack checks and skill checks. You will get a chance to make that save again at the start of your next turn. Before you have to lose any actions. So, but this one does get to attack you right now. Misses! I mean, that you're probably flailing around with that giant fuck-off sword, right? So,
yeah.
Then
nice.
The others will come in, but they will not be able to. We'll do one on you, Ferreira, and the other one's on Hacken, because he's the larger threat. Both literally and figuratively. Hacken, what are you doing? Give us a reflex save.
Another reflex?
Yeah, try and get that shit out of your eyes.
Oh, come on. Yeah, it's a 1, 2.
Okay, I'm going to spend 3 action die. Hacken, give us a reflex save to catch yourself, because I think you stumble back and hit the side of the boat.
Okay. Oh no.
Ferreira, if you... No, I don't think you can help here. So Hacken kind of... and splashes down into the water over the side, leaving you on the boat, Ferreira. Now, that was all the start of your turn, though, Hacken. You still have 2 actions. So you've landed in the water. I think you're going to have to drop out of your rage because you would need to... for one the following... Yeah, so... But that's a free action.
Unless there's anything in the water.
The thing is, you would need a skill check in order to swim, and you can't make skill checks when you're raging, right? So...
Yeah, okay.
But, so you're fatigue 1 right now, but there's that rush of water.
Where do I note that?
So next to the subdual damage, there's a drop-down menu. If you mark that as fatigue 1.
Subdual damage. Okay.
Yeah, and
Drop
then
that.
your strength and your dex are -2 each. So you could put that. So take out your raging modifiers and then just put -2 to strength and -2 to dex. And then clear the bonus you get from your constitution.
Okay.
Okay. Although your constitution is a 15 or is it?
It's 13.
13. You can give yourself...
Oh, 14. It was 14.
It's 14. Okay. Give yourself 1 more vitality back because you actually would have had 1 more when you were raging.
Okay.
Because you get your con bonus. So Hacken, you kind of like, what? are out of your rage right now and you're over the side of the boat. What the hell happened?
I don't know. I guess I got to get back on the boat.
Okay.
So I got to swim.
Give us an athletics check.
Yep. Oh,
There you go.
Nice.
That's even with the -2.
Yeah, that's incredible. So Hacken, I think what we'll say, you don't have any action dice. Shit. So you're still blinded. You're climbing, locate the side of it and you begin just clambering up. And I think the other half action would have had to have been to put your, so you don't drop your sword. You've stowed it.
Yeah, put the sword up. Yeah.
Okay. And you can hear, while you've seen Hacken go over the side, you can hear him muttering and cursing as he's making his way back up the side of the ship. Ferreira, what are you doing?
She will smile to herself, hearing Hacken make his way back up. That's a reassuring sound to hear. And then as she's surrounded by all of these serpent folk, she will raise her hand and focus inward and try to summon some light. So she will try and cast Flare.
Oh, nice. Okay. So you -5 to your spellcasting check, but let's see. Nice! Beautiful!
Oh, nice.
All right. So you're no longer suffering that penalty. And then what does Flare do?
So they... characters in the area, so with a 20-foot sphere around me, need to make a fortitude save or they suffer -1 penalty on attack for 1d6 rounds.
Wow. Okay. Let's see here. 2, 3, 4. All right. Okay, that's 2 fails, 3 fails, and that's incredible. So for 2 rounds, and that is a half action. You have another half action.
I think she will. She'll just anticipate again.
Okay. So then I rolled a 4.
Roll a 10.
Nice. Okay. Then it is their turn. So I think with the serpent folk closing in on Ferreira and Hacken about to come back up the deck, maybe we take our mid-session break right now, and then we'll come back, and very shortly afterwards, you guys will all get another action die. So for those listening at home, we'll be back momentarily. All right. Hey, everybody at home. Hope you're having a great start to your a great weekend thus far. And wait for Carl to get back. You can add a... Oh, did you guys add your action die already, your new ones?
No.
No, okay, so you get another action die.
Woo.
Okay.
Don't forget you get one too.
I do. That's fantastic. Generally, one of the things I'll enjoy the most about this game. It's so nice to not have to... I love the 2D20 games. I've had a lot of fun with them. It's a struggle when your players aren't generating the doom or the heat or the whatever. Never have that issue with this game. Okay. So then it is, I believe, the Snake Folks' turn. And Carl, you got an action die, right?
Yes, I added it.
Oh, did you? Okay, great. Okay. Then it is, let's see here. I think I'm going to do, let's see here, 4 assists here. Okay, would you give us a resolve check, please, for Rada? Oh. You are going against a 28. Let's see. You get that 20. Oh! That's so they're threatening you to try and do some stress damage to you. Do you want to spend an action die? You would need to get an 8. Or you would get a 9 in order to...
Wow. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Come on.
So 1d4 exclamation mark. Let's say. Oh yeah, you got that +2. I forgot.
Yeah, but yeah.
Okay, so you take 3 points of stress damage. And what you can hear them say is, surrender the horn. And would you give us a will save against a DC 11, please? Do you wish to actually that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Question of pride now.
Nice. There you go. Okay, so that's success. So you keep the damage. You haven't become shaken yet. You could respond with a quick word if you like, or you can just remain stum and then they'll.
I think she should go for silent and mysterious in this case. And I'll try to just stare them off.
Okay. Then I think. Yeah, they're going to try and bully you here. So let's give us an contested athletics, please. Or, sorry, contested acrobatics. I got a 20 on the nose, 20, modified. Nice. You could action die that, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice. That's enough. Beautiful. All right, so they tried to they spin around and that tail of theirs tries to sweep underneath. You managed to duck out of the way. Hacken, give us another reflex save, please. Let's get that blinded condition gone.
Come on.
Give us an. You want to spend an action die?
What is it? How much? What is it?
It's a 10.
12,
DC 10 is all you need.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'll do that.
Okay.
You got this.
1d4 exclamation mark. Come on. Nice! All right, so as you come up and the last of the poison drips away, you can see that there are 5 of these things that are just surrounding Ferreira right now. You reach the top of the ship, so you've got two half actions or 1 full action. What do you want to do?
I think I will try to intimidate these guys. Use that can affect 3 people.
Love it. Yeah, great. So give us a intimidate check, please.
I give a roar. Come at me!
Nice. That's awesome. All right, and I don't think your threat range increases on your intimidate, does it? Let's see here.
Well, I have.
Because often what the feats do is. Let's see here.
I can threaten up to 3 opponents at once. I roll once, and they roll bruises separately.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't.
Menacing threat.
Yeah, it doesn't. Because a lot of the feats, what they'll do is or abilities, they'll give you that, plus they'll also increase the threat range, because that could have been a crit. on that. But go ahead and give us a 1d6 roll, and I'll make the 3.
5. It's not bad.
So they spin around, and so there are 2 of them that just once seeing that you're still there and you're coming in after them, they just scamper and over the side of the boat once again. That was a half action. You could do another half action if you'd like.
Move up.
Okay. You want to draw your weapon?
Oh yeah, that's right. I have a weapon.
Okay.
I draw my weapon.
All right, Ferreira, what are you doing?
Draw my weapon and point it at that one there that didn't leave.
Nice.
As she has overcome the strange effect of their magic, she will try and polar ray one of them.
Nice. You could give us a DC 10 acrobatics to try and position yourself if you want to try and get 2. That's a free action. You don't need to...
Yeah, sure. That's...
Okay.
No.
Okay. So that is a fail, but not a crit. You want a action die? Oh, you have no action die left.
I'm all out, so no.
Yeah, we had 1240. You got yours already. All right. So then it is their turn. Oh, you have a half action. Yeah, what do you want to do?
I think that desperate times and all, she'll try and brain one of them with her quarterstaff.
Love it. Go ahead. That is not good enough.
Being fatigued is not great.
No. All right, then it is their turn. They are going to... Let's see here. The one is going to... that was startled there. Half action to move in on Hacken and try and get him. Mm-hmm. That actually hits 18 total. And Hacken, you take 5 points of damage, but your DR applies.
Yep. So
And then the other 2 are going to... First, let's try and sprawl you. So they're going to sweep with the tail once again. Would you give us an acrobatics check for Rada? That's an 18 I got this time. Oh, for Rada, are you giving us an acrobatics check?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I'm trying to find it on the
Yeah.
hard to read sheet. Forgive me. I recognize that look now.
There we go.
So you're 4 off from... Oh, you don't have any action die. Hold on.
Yep.
Then it is... So you are kind of staggered and you fall down, and then this one is going to try and set on you with its sword, but you manage to get out of the way. The other one is going to try and disarm you. So that is a 20. Give us an attack with your sword, or your staff, please.
Staff.
Any penalties for being sprawled?
Sprawled is -2 to an attack. This isn't an attack for you, so.
Okay.
You're also flat-footed, so you're easier to hit. Okay, so it with a sweep of its tail, the other one knocks your staff out of your hand, and then he's going to threaten you again. So give us a resolve check, please. I get a nat 20. I can't crit with these guys because they're standard, but it's a 21 modified. Oh, nice! They're going to do more than that to scare you. All right, then it is Hacken's turn. What are you doing?
Well, I appreciate this one coming up to me as I try to cut him down.
Okay.
But I miss.
So that's fine. That's your first half action.
Yeah, I'll attack again.
Okay.
Oh, come on. Bummer.
Ugh. Okay, so you are swinging at this guy, and he is just proving to be an elusive target. Ferreira, what are you doing?
Does being sprawled give you penalties on spells?
Not at all.
Okay, from lying sort of sprawled down, should sort of just raise up and try and freeze one of them.
Okay, give us a spellcasting check. There you go. What's the reflex save for you?
It'll be...
It's 10 plus your charisma modifier plus the level of the spell, I think.
Yes, I think it should be 13.
13, then I failed. 1. Okay, so I need a DC 10 damage save, which I just failed. So, and again, these guys have an Achilles heel against it, so they do take extra damage from cold.
Oh, nice.
That was a half
she
action.
will reposition and get back up to her feet.
You got it. This other one is going to try and trip you once again, Ferreira. An acrobatics check, please. I rolled a 2, modified to 3, so...
Well, I have penalties to this, so look at that.
There you go. And then he's just going to try and attack you. That is a 12.
That is a hit.
That is a hit, okay? 7 points of damage. Ooh. And then Hacken, this fella is going to... He'll do the trip thing again, so that he... give us an acrobatics check. I got a 4.
Okay.
Yeah, no problem. And, if you had an action, I just got a nat 1 on my attack. Hacken, what are you doing?
Trying to finish this guy off.
Okay. Come on, big money.
There we go.
Solid hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
6.
Never mind. What does it look like as you cleave this sucker in 2?
I just stab and rip up.
Yeah! You have one more half action.
I'm going to try to make this guy flee if I can with the intimidate.
Hell yeah. Give us an intimidate check.
Because I can't reach him, right? So he's...
Can't reach him, but he's in close, like he's within 30 feet of you, so you can definitely try and scare him again.
Yeah. Oops. Wrong direction on the sheet. There you go.
Yeah. 1d6 stress damage. I rolled a nat 1, so... Yep. So you scream, and he just kind of realizes that you're up once again. He sees the bloody ruin that you've made of his allies, and he just runs and leaps to the side of the Lemurian boat and is scrambling his way up there. Ferreira, what are you doing?
Does my fatigue become fatigue 2 because I've reached 0 vitality again? Or does it...
I mean, did you have any... I thought you had 7 vitality, didn't you?
Yeah, but took 7 damage.
Oh, right. Good point. That's a good point. Actually, I don't know if it triggers when you take wound damage or when you run out of vitality. I thought it was when you took...
It's when you take wound damage, not... Okay, then...
Yeah, and so let me just double check, but I think it's only when you take wound damage that you become fatigued.
Yeah.
But let me just make sure I haven't got that wrong. Your special character damage. No, you're fatigued when your wounds, when your vitality runs out. That makes more sense. And that also means that when you get a crit, you're not fatigued. So that's actually kind of nice. So if someone crits and you take wound damage. I was doing that wrong in previous sessions. Say it.
So does it, so I'm already fatigued because I was down to vitality 0. Do I now become fatigued 2?
You do, yeah.
0 again.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh boy.
Then it is... sorry, Ferreira, you... what are you doing? You see one of these guys is scrambling up. The fight seems to be dying down as it seems like all the humans at the back of the boat have turned on these serpent folk, and they have thrown themselves over the side once again, or driven them off. Seemingly there is a tense peace among the Lemurian and the Norsemen at the back. So you guys look at one another. What do you guys wish to do?
What's this horn they keep talking about?
I think our new friends might know more about that. Their leader accused us of wanting the horn, and these scaly ones wanted the horn. I mean, if it's horns they want, we have some drinking horns.
Did the Godwalker have a horn?
Nothing that stood out.
I think you can recall there is a horn for sounding that is on his, but We're going to count this, actually, guys. This is something they do in some of the longer fights or like pre-boss fights, is an end of a combat doesn't necessarily mean the end of a scene, but it can mean it. And it will for now, because you guys are going to get a chance to catch your breath as the fight, continues on the Lemurian ship. Each of you can reduce your fatigue and your shaken levels by 1 each. And are either of you trained in medicine?
I don't think I am. No, I am not.
Okay.
Yes, I think so.
So once per day, you can make a DC 15 medicine check, and that will restore 2d6 damage that is split between whatever kind of damage you're suffering, whether that's subdual or stress or vitality or wounds.
I guess, Hakon, I'll try and patch you up.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, and everyone got an action die as well. Okay. That is 2d6 damage. I don't think, Hakon, you're not suffering any other damage other than vitality right now, right?
Right.
Okay. 10 back.
10. Thank you.
Okay.
Can I try and do medicine on myself?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
There is also another potion. There is a potion that would restore, I think it's 1d3 wounds, and there's a potion that would restore 2d6 vitality on the Godwalker's belt. So any excess you get to distribute where you want, Ferreira, as well. So, yeah, so what you can hear is the fight seems to be continuing up on the Lemurian vessel. But what do you guys want to do?
I think we should climb up, and I kind of look at these guys, these Lemurians, and say, it seems like we need to help your ship. We have a mutual enemy.
There's sort of a look amongst everyone. Ugh. They agree.
At least Hakon's going to climb up.
Okay.
Yeah, I know you have a point.
Is there like any sort of javelin or spear I can pick up too?
Probably, yeah. If you want to grab.
Okay.
I think.
Well, I have a big two-handed weapon. It's fine. I don't. I guess my range attack is to intimidate folks.
Your rage is sorry?
My range attack is to intimidate folks.
Yeah. But you are. Let me see here. I was double checking to see. Yeah, you're trained. Like you're proficient in hurled weapons. So you could grab like a spear or something like that. On your way
grab something.
Because the Vikings would definitely have that among the fallen. So that would be. Let's see here. A throwing spear does 1d8 lethal damage, has a threat of 1920. And has a reach +1.
Okay.
Nice.
So, and it's a hurled weapon. There's a drop down for what kind of weapon it is on the tile there. You can put that in, and make sure you're ticking the add strength, because hurled weapons allow you to add the strength to the damage.
Okay.
Okay. You collect your staff once again, and then what would you guys like to do?
Yeah, let's go and help our new friends.
Okay. Then give me 2 seconds here. Let's I can stall for 3 minutes here to set up the what do you call it? Set up a page, which will also allow you guys to get another action die at. Oh no, I gave it to you a couple minutes early. In the last 5 minutes of the session, I've been giving out an action die as well, so that has been used quite more often than I think.
Effectively.
Yeah. I think there's been maybe 1 or 2 sessions where we've had like actually, I don't even know. I don't think we've had a lot of action die left over in any of the sessions we've played thus far. There's been sometimes we had 2 left over among all the players yesterday, but let's see here. I'm going to try my transmogrifier. Let me see. Bring in. I think I've got under the Ash campaign, I think I've got a ship on that one. But you know what I've done is failed to name any of the fucking pages in my in my games. Madison. Here, how about here we go. Spires of Parador had one with a ship. Did I actually... Oh! Madison. You surprise me here? Hold on. Okay, where did that go? Oh, here we go. Nope, that ain't the right one. Hold on. I think I do have... Okay. Oh, right. All right, let's try this one more time here. I think, because I actually have a ship laid out in our Spires of Parador campaign. And that'll work perfectly for you guys actually having a battle mat instead of just Theater of the Minding it with a ton of... That's a copy of it. There we go. Let's see. Was this correct? Let's see. No! Come on, Madison. God dang. Last try. Then we'll just go Theater of the Mind. Okay, I think this is it. I said that twice before, but... And this was indeed it. Okay, here we go, guys. Hot damn. All right, I'm going to grab your tokens. And we'll start you at the front of the ship here. We got this a little bigger. Alrighty. Okay. Here we go. I think in my haste, this ship is going to be a little outrageously sized, but I prefer to think of it as a bigger playground on which for you to play. Let's see here. Yeah, there we go. Okay. All right, I'm going to clear the initiative tracker, and then I'll bring you guys over here. I'm zoomed out to 50%, and that seems to be a pretty good overview of where you guys are. So you may want to follow suit. And let me get rid of this here for the time being. I'll grab these. All right. And that is right here. And I'll rename you. And we'll sort of roll initiative as soon as you get back, or get up to the thing here. Okay. All right. And then... go. What you can picture, there are other folks fighting on the deck here. I'm just going to leave the ones that are sort of free for you to engage with should you wish to. All right, and for this one... Okay. Okay, guys. Let's go. Two guys fighting back to back here. There we go. For those listening at home, we only this morning elected to jump into this game, so my apologies for the setup time for this. There was limited prep time available, but all right. Okay, guys, let me bring you over here. And go. I'll shift ping where you are. And the thing, if you scroll down, there is a oversized...
Oh yeah, it's a big one.
One, and he, or I should say it, I guess, looks like this. It towers 9 feet tall over everyone else's, knocking Lemurian warriors left and right. It seems as if they are on the losing end of this fight. The Lemurians. I mean, and you can see your friend further down the deck as well, engaged with more of these things. All right. Then, let's go. Oh, sorry, Carl, you're muted. So, Tomo.
Tomo. Initiative.
Let's initiatize. Here we go. I'll add all the turns and need here. Let's put a initiative tracker over here. All right, and then let's put these fellas down. And your buddy. Okay, we roll for these folks. So it'll be 1, 2, 3. And 4. Okay. Not great. Not great for the enemies here. Okay. So, we have Ferreira up first. What are you doing?
She will steal herself and then move into hell. How high of a barrier is this?
I think it's just a little, like, maybe 3 foot tall. It's the kind of thing you would lean against or grab onto if you need be, right? But not, it's probably hollow in between, so you could definitely shoot through that if you wish to. Okay,
I guess I will target this one with a polar ray.
Love it. Okay, so it's 15 feet long, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, because that's far. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and give us a spellcasting check. Nice. Okay. Reflex save. I did succeed, so it'll be half damage, but go ahead and roll damage. I failed my damage save. What does it look like as you take this first serpent folk down?
I think her magics have adjusted to the fog, maybe being hostile magic, so she draws on it and just like an icicle sort of embeds itself.
And this thing drops down. There's a rime of frost that has followed in its wake across the deck. Okay, so the other guys, let's see. One did hit. Okay, so this serpent folk is injured. And see, miss, hit, miss. Okay. That Titan is taking a hit from one of the Lemurian swords. And I should be rolling this with damage. Okay. And I just said I was going to do that, and then I refused to do it. Come on, Madison. Jeez. Listen to yourself. All right, that's a miss. All right, and then Hacken.
Hacken. I thought I was muted again. Hacken is going to throw that spear that he picked up at this guy here.
Okay. Go right ahead.
And we'll go from there.
You could spend an action die and make that a crit, or you roll damage. Yeah?
Yeah, I will.
Okay, so this guy, it just completely skewers this guy. You have one more half action.
He's going to move and engage this guy here.
Okay. If you know what, flanking is a thing in this game. If you want to be one to your left there.
Oh, like here, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Great. All right, so you go racing in these things. All right, then let's do the ones on you. Okay. This one did not like getting hit by that Lemurian, so he is dead. The other is going to leap on the Lemurian. Miss. Oh, he does 5-foot step and miss. The one behind hits. Damage. Lemurian's holding on.
Nice.
Oh! It falls under his sword. These guys are leaping down off the stairs to get to the Lemurian. It's a miss and a nat 20. Hey! 1, 2. Oh, you know what? He'll go over here. 19. Okay. Lemurian is injured. Ah! And Hacken, I got one on you. That's a miss. And that guy needed 2 attacks to kill. This guy is going to go in on... Oh no, he already killed that other dude. This guy can run up on this guy. That is a miss. Oh, he can't do twice. We got 2 attacks on that dude. That's 1 hit. And down. Oh! And Second damage. Miss. I should do a roll a different color d20, and I can roll all of this stuff at once. The attack, damage, and damage save. Okay, so that's another one down. Yeah. And then on your ally there, that is one... Well, actually, those are all misses, so... second one, 2 hits. Okay. Oh! He gets tagged for... Or he's being worn down by them, at least, for the vitality. And these guys will likewise join in on your ally there, trying to bully him further. That's another hit. Another 3 damage. Okay. So it seems the Lemurians are... You arrived just in time here. Your ally's turn. He has 2 attacks, so why don't each of you give us a d20 roll, please? Those are both hits. Go ahead and roll damage is 1d8 plus 2, please. I'll roll the damage saves. Whoa! Okay. So with a death stroke, he takes down 1 and then injures a second, but does not take it down yet. Then it is the Serpent Titan's turn. Hits the small dude, misses the other one, and I should be rolling the damage save with it. With a sweep of his one mighty claw, he hits the guy up in the air and then down into the water. But the crunch you heard when it hit tells that he wouldn't have been able to get up anyway. Fareda, what are you doing?
Actually, well... Then we'll target this one with a polar ray.
Okay. Make my... Failed my save, and let's see how much damage you do. Okay, successful, and then... God dang. Alright, even with the Achilles heel, that's still... He seems to know what was coming. You still... Did you move as well? Or did you 5-foot step?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I moved more than 5, yeah.
Alright, your allies. Guys, would you each give us a 2d20 roll, please? Nice. Get one of those as a hit. That guy's down. One of those is a hit. Saves, so... Jeez, still going. Okay. Well, that sure cleared them out. Hacken, what are you doing? Oh, you're muted again, Carl. Demo?
I do that on purpose. Our
hydration is important.
Are allies clambering up by any chance? The ones that were on the boat?
The ones on the boat. Yeah, actually, there probably are some reinforcements coming. So why don't you give us a... Let's see here. Give us a 2d6 roll, please. And I'll split that between...
Nice.
How do we do?
6 and
10.
4.
Nice. All right, so let's do this. Go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, hold up. There's a smarter way to do this. Is to take this 1. Is to give you guys control over it. And then fucking copy it. There you go, Madison. You can be taught. Boom. Boom. All right. And we'll do the same for your Viking allies. Oops. I'm just clicking every possible button I can here. Everything but the one I need to. All right. And they're helping one another up.
Oh, that's nice.
Throughout this as well. So they seem to know who the true enemy is. Here we go, and boom. All right. Who wants the Lemurians? Who wants the Vikings?
I'll take the Lemurians.
Okay, I'll take the Vikings.
There we go. All right. So you should each have control over those tokens. They can move 5 squares. They can move, 6 squares, and they can attack. So with a +1 to hit. So we'll just deal with them on your turn. So sorry, now it's Haken's turn as well.
I wonder if Haken should just go for. I can't rage again, can I?
Yeah, you can.
I can.
The consequence is that when you get out of raging, you become fatigued. So you could keep doing it. It's just that you're gonna, when you hit 4 levels of fatigue, I think you become incapacitated.
Yeah.
So, but you remember we transitioned from scenes, so you got your.
Yeah.
God, get angry.
Yeah, he's gonna rage, and then he's gonna point. He's gonna say, "Get that one," and he's gonna rage, and then move down to here.
Okay. And I think your move is a 40. So you move 8 squares.
Oh wow, I can get in here.
Yeah.
I can attack. I can't attack, but
unfortunately not. But you've at least drawn the attention of this thing and given your Lemurian allies an opportunity, or your allies, your Lemurian and Norse allies, a chance. All right, so then
it's a 3, right, to the con and strength.
+3 to con, +3 to strength. Yeah, and the penalties you had from being fatigued, those are gone now.
Yeah.
Okay, and then these will jump in here. Okay, so let's start with Ferreira. Ferreira, I rolled a nat 1. You want to trigger? First off, everyone gets an action die. 120. Now, Ferreira, do you want to spend? I rolled an error. Want to capitalize on that with death?
Yes.
Okay. What does it look like?
I think as it comes in, she'll sort of expect the attack, and she'll just sort of brain it with the cord. Instead of using magic, like one hand doing magic, it's just use the other one to brain it with the cord and stuff.
And it is down. I did hit you once, so you take 5 points of damage. And then I've got on 2 on those Vikings, or the Norse. Those are hits and damage. Would you roll 2d20 for us, Haken?
Yep.
These are damage saves. Nice! All right. So I'm just going to put little dots on your guys here. These guys were injured, but they survived the first round of fights. Haken, this thing is going to leap on you. Actually, you're scarier. It's a cherry picker. These things are cowards. It's going to move there. For Rada, would you give us a 1d20 roll, please? Nice! Your guy was likewise hit down here, but he is not dead, and I'm going to give you control over him as well. And, let's see here, we got another attack down there. I missed, and I hit. For Rada, one more d20 roll, please. Oh! Another Lemurian down. These guys are going to move over here. 5, 6. Okay, they have to move. Now let's make some more attacks on your ally here. Oh, oh, oh.
He's not having a good time.
No.
He is and getting that flanking bonus as well. I did only get 1 hit or 2 hits on him though. Oh, but those are not good ones. That's 2 and 3. Look at this. Okay. And then I have another set. And only 1 of those hits. It takes another 3, so... Oh boy. Alright, then... This fella is gonna shoot. He's gonna move over here. Now he's gonna move 1, 2, 3, 4. Try and get on this guy here. Hits. Would you give us another d20 roll, please, for Rada? Success! Your guy still lives. That is it for them. Would you each give us a d20 roll, please, for Li Bao? See if you can fight off more of the serpent folk.
Dude.
At
I got a
20. Beautiful. And and a 19. Okay, so that is one down, and the other one is a miss, unfortunately. All right, the Titan sees you come in, Hacken. It brings that mighty claw back again, and that is a 15, which I think is a miss.
Miss.
Nice. And then its second swing is a miss as well. Just cannot manage to connect with you. Ferreira, what are you doing?
Try and get rid of the one right in front of me.
Successful. I made my save, but then I failed my damage save. So he did manage to get out of the way of the worst of it, but still is frozen. Another half action.
Move 6 closer to the gray.
Then it is your allies' turn. So why don't you... Let's do the attacks first, maybe. Ferreira, do you want to give us 2d20 for the guy who's nearest the Titan there? Let's see if you can clear those. That's 2 hits. Holy smokes. And 2 failed damage saves. Nice.
Woo.
Okay.
He's getting a promotion.
He's a hero. Yeah, he's getting promoted.
Yeah. And he's pretty beat up, too. He's been hit twice. 4. And then if you could move your... And then for the other attacks, Hacken, would you give us a 6? Maybe give us 4d20 first.
Okay.
Let's see about hitting these. Real spread there.
Yeah.
Okay. And so that is only 1 hit.
Yeah.
And I made this save. Give us a d6 roll, please. Okay.
3.
So there we go. There's more on that one. Now, do you want the non-injured Viking or Norseman?
This guy here?
Yeah, do you want him to attack as well?
Yeah, he's going to attack that one there.
Give us a 2d20 roll. Both of them are hits. Let me see if he fails the first one. So he cuts through the first and then would be able to step through to the second, which is also a hit. I may have made my save. Give us a d6 roll, please.
2 points.
Okay. So he's injured them. All right. Then, guys, go ahead. Why don't we go back to the Lemurians? They can move 6. So they could do 2 moves, or they could do the ones at the prow at least. They all are also armed with bows. They just need to take a half action to switch between the sword and the bow.
Any penalties for shooting into melee combat?
None.
I think one of them will support their new allies and try and fire at that one.
You got it. Go ahead. And however many of them are firing, go ahead and roll those d20s.
Let's see. 2 of them are firing.
That's a hit. And dead.
Then the others are moving in.
Okay.
4, 5, 6.
And then why don't you move those other 2 Norsemen? Hacken.
Okay.
You can move 6 squares.
6.
And you could do a double move as well. You could do 2 half actions moving.
All right.
If everyone wants to advance. Nice.
Yeah, pretty like that.
Okay.
6.
All right. Then there's a cheer you hear come up among your allies as they just cut through those last remaining serpent folk. Then it is Hacken's turn. We doing Hacken?
Hacken is going to attack this big thing.
Okay.
So again, so close.
Oh. Okay. There's a cool thing I did yesterday. I spent action die to increase
13.
the threat range on everything. It's one of the options you can do. So, but that means that cut all ways, though.
Yeah.
That meant the error ranges get increased, the threat ranges get increased, and it's for everybody. So it's makes for a fun finale. All right, but that's a big hit. That is 13. Okay, look at that. Holy smokes. That is your first half action.
Yes, and of course, then I'll follow up with a backslash.
Go ahead. Big hit again. And 10 damage.
10.
Love it. Okay, there you go.
Okay.
You're wearing this thing down, Hacken. Then it is the serpent folks' turn. This is going to be nasty. It's going to try and trip you once again, Hacken. Give us an acrobatics check, please. Shit, I got a 20 modified.
Yeah.
Okay, so you are sprawled right now.
Okay.
Purple dot on you for purple prone. You're not prone, but you're sprawled. And then this one will try and attack you with a second attack. That is a 15 misses you. Still keep your sword up.
Yep.
We have. Oh boy. You know, guys, I got a whole bunch of action die here. Let's do this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I feel like your what do you call it? Your allies need something to keep them busy. So let's 1, 2.
All those guys who jumped in the water. Yeah.
Yeah, they're all coming up over the side right now. And 1, 2. Let's put one up here. 3. There we go. More boarding actions by the serpent folk. And then a bunch of attacks on Li Bao. Let's see here. First volley, no hits. Second, 2 hits. That is 4 more damage on him. And I have 4. I have 4 more attacks. And that is 2 more hits on him. Only 3 more damage. So he's getting worn down. He's not actually bleeding yet, but you can see he's getting worn down by just the unending torrent of attacks. Would you each give us a d20 roll, please? I'll roll 2 damage saves just to save us time.
Oh no. Got a 1.
I think I'm going to spend 2 to disarm him, and because of where he is, see that hole in the deck there? They knock his sword out of his hand, and it falls down into the hold of the ship. The second one is a hit, though, and he did take out a second one. All right. Or you know what? Maybe it's the one on the other side here, and like as he stabbed it, it sort of twisted and fell down dead with his sword still in his body. Then it is the Titan's turn. It's not pleased right now. Brings that claw down. Misses you with 1 attack, but splinters the wood in the deck, even with sprawled. And then second one misses again.
Jeez.
So hits the ground. Then it is Ferreira's turn.
Seeing Hakon sort of on the ground, running out of the way of this thing, she will reach for the amulet around her neck and shake it, and the sound of angry hornets will get louder and louder. Then she will cast magic missile at the big guy.
Go ahead and roll damage. And force damage goes right through armor, I believe. Okay, look at that. Is this a half or a full action to cast that?
I think it's a half action.
Nice. You have a half action. That doesn't count as casting a spell, by the way.
Does it not?
Nope. You're activating a magic item, so.
In which case, I will try and this one here.
Okay.
And get some polar ray.
But I think it's out of range, though, isn't it?
Oh yeah. So yeah.
Okay.
Because I will move closer.
All right. Then it is your minion's turn. Who wants to go with the Lemurians or the Vikings?
Vikings first.
Vikings first, I guess.
Okay.
Okay. I guess I'll do from the back. So
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. So gonna attack this guy.
Go ahead.
Shep. Yeah.
A d20.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Wham! Down.
Okay.
I think as it's
These guys
coming
are
over the side, it just meets this bearded axe right in the fucking
6.
skull.
I'll just move these guys,
Okay.
and then this guy. Right, he's gonna attack this one.
Okay.
Miss. And they have a spears, or what do they have? These guys?
They're either wielding axes or spears. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try to have this guy's gonna stab from above, I guess, on this
Okay.
guy here.
Go ahead.
There you go.
Nice.
Nice. Give us a damage. 1d8.
2.
2. Okay, so it does hit it, but it is damaged, not down. And
I think that's it.
I think you got
That's it
one of
for
those injured guys still has another action.
Yeah, this guy here.
Yep.
Uh,
Oh no, that guy attacked.
can't-
The second one. This fella here hasn't done anything yet. He's moved, but he's got another half
he
action.
moved. Oh, okay. How far can you throw a spear?
I don't think he's got line of sight to those guys because remember you're also
yeah.
elevated.
Right. He's gonna move then to the top of
Okay.
the stairs here.
And then the Lemurians.
The 2 archers will move closer.
Okay.
6. And then we'll take shots at these 2.
I think likewise, I don't think they got line of sight because remember there's
they're
stairs
down,
there.
yeah.
You do have line of sight to the Titan.
And like I say, we'll happily shoot the
Okay.
Titan.
Give us a 2d20 roll, please. Nice.
Ooh,
Okay, 2 hits. 2d6, please.
that's good.
Right.
Nice. All right. Then
And then our brave hero here will also attack the Titan.
that sounds good. Go ahead.
Oh,
I'm gonna spin an action die and stomp him. He draws his attention after suffering so many wounds and cutting down those things. The Titan then just casually, and you have
this one will rush forward to help his commander. Or...
okay.
And then this one will attack the one right in front of it.
Okay. That's a miss.
The other one, I think, will sort of move in and help.
Okay. That is a hit and a failed damage save. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
I think that's all of them.
All right, Hacken, what are you doing?
Haken's gonna focus on the big guy.
So, are you repositioning first?
Oh yeah, I got to reposition. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Yeah, reposition.
Okay.
Although it's fine to fight from his back. Sucks to get hit.
Oh, you have an
That's a
action
crit.
die, don't you?
Yeah, I do have action dice.
You want to trigger that crit?
Yes, I would like to trigger
Hell
that crit.
yes. Okay.
Absolutely.
Go ahead and roll damage. This will go directly to wounds now.
So it's 2d12. Is it just d12 then? Or
And then you just roll the same damage as usual, just it applies to wounds directly instead of going
nice.
through vitality.
8.
8 points. That's awesome. So look at this. Oh, wait. Madison, quit cheating. There we go. There is a spray of blood. You've been kind of facing this thing down, trying to get a good hit, and you see your opening when it's kind of murders that Lemurian guy. And black ichor sprays from this thing. It bellows out. Then it is the serpent folk. So let's start with our heroes first. So that one is going to attack you. Actually, you know what he's going to do? He's going to one action to try and position, so he got flanking, and now the Titan has flanking as well. He's going to try and trip you again. That's a 17, which gives us an acrobatics check.
gonna have splinters on his butt.
All right, so you're sent sprawling again. These things are not fair fighters. Then is this guy going to go for? I think he's going to go for Ferreira, the sorceress, running directly for you as if he was warned of it. Ferreira, 17. I think that's a hit.
That's a good hit. Yeah.
Okay, 3 points of damage, and
goes into my wounds.
Okay. Then, you're fatigued 2 again, right?
Yeah.
Ferreira? Are you fatigued 2 again then?
Yeah.
Shit. Okay. That is 2 hits on our hero. Shit, he's wounded as well. So that is 4 and 3, 7 actually. No, he's not. He's just fatigued. And then I have 1 more attack on him. Miss. Then, I should backswing at that fella who came in. Misses. All right, those Vikings. I got 2 attacks on your Viking there. I hit 3 times, so your first guy goes down underneath the assault, and then the Lemurian. Neither of those hit. And then that's it for the lizard folk. Would you each give us a d20 roll, please, for Li Bao?
18.
Hit. Nice. Okay, and that is another 1 down.
He's like kicking him and stuff.
Yeah, he's fighting unarmed right now. He's got a forte in unarmed, and he's got the martial arts training.
Yeah, nice.
So. Okay.
Nice.
Then it is the Titan's turn. Did not care for getting hit. It is 140. Everyone gets an action die. And I'm going to spend 1 action die to heal the Titan for a bit. Only 1, though. That ain't good. So I can either keep the action die. I think I'll keep the last action die. And he is going to try and get you, Hacken. So first big strike. That is... Whoa! It's a 17. He manages to hit.
It does hit, yeah.
And damage is... Let's see. Ooh. Okay. I need new dice here. Here we go. 11 points of damage. So you reduce by 1 for your DR, so 10 points of damage. And then his follow-up. That is a hit as well. 18. And that is 3 points of damage. So only 2 gets through.
Oh, okay. Nice. So I'm still into vitality.
Nice. So you sort of roll to one side, you roll to the other side, but you're running out of steam there. Then it is Ferreira's turn. What are you doing, Ferreira?
I think she will try and get rid of the one in front of her first.
Okay. Pull her yep, success. Roll, save, and... okay, once again, frozen. You have another half action.
She will just closer to so the Titan is within range of Polar Ray.
Love it. Then, who's going first? Vikings or Lemurians?
Let's go Lemurians first this time.
Okay. I think the 2 archers will shoot the big guy.
Give us a 4d20 roll, please. Nice. That's 2 hits. Wait, no, 3 hits because of the size. Give us a 3d6 roll, please.
Dang.
So it does hit, but the last one there just sticks in its hide. So 1, look at this. There we go. It's a little bit. And then the 2 on the deck.
Yeah, they will focus on this one. So the first one.
Okay, so 2d20. Roll. Solid hit. 1d6, please. I might save. No. Boom. So that first one killed the first guy. That other one hasn't. The higher up the stairs hasn't gone yet. Oh, run to help his ally. And then
Yeah,
that,
and then this one will focus on
you got it.
man.
It's one hit. And, oh, I might save. I do save. But
Nice.
it's taking 6 damage, though.
Yeah,
All right.
fun.
And then Vikings.
The Vikings. Okay, I'll do this guy first.
Okay.
It's 2D on that guy.
Yeah. Let's see. That's one hit.
One hit.
I might
Okay.
save.
It's a D8, right?
D6 roll.
4.
4. Okay. So, yeah. Wow. One
Nice.
dead.
Nice.
All right. This next guy is going to move up. Take this guy here. I guess he's flanking with
Yep.
Hakon. So
The one that
attack.
keeps fucking tripping him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So go ahead and give us a D20 roll.
It's +2, right, for flanking? Is that
It
works?
is, yeah. I can't remember if it's to the defense or -2 to the defense or +2 to hit, but that's a solid hit. Let's roll.
2 points.
I might have made my save, yeah. Okay.
You
2.
made your save? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess this guy here move to there to attack that guy once.
Like leaps over the balcony. Yeah.
Yeah.
So 1d20. Anna says good
Oh
luck.
no, he smashes in space.
Yeah, and I'm not going to spend my action die to do it, but yeah, just misses. You have, I think, one more Viking.
This guy here, yeah. Can he make it to? No, he can't quite make it, right?
Can't quite make it, but he could. You know, it's getting himself in there. You get attacked twice next turn.
Yeah. Okay, he'll do that.
Okay. Damn, Hakon.
Come on.
Try to finish off this big guy.
Okay, so
We got to
reposition.
reposition. Yeah, reposition. I was hoping to get that guy who kept tripping me. But, all right.
Here it comes.
16.
Money 16 is a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
8.
8 points of damage. Okay, look at this, but that does exhaust it, and he is. Oh no! I'm sorry, it doesn't. I forgot his DR. Okay, there we go. You could spend an action die to add damage, if you want.
Oh yes, I think I will.
Okay, 1d4 exclamation mark.
Okay.
Remember, starting
3
your
more.
round, you can also spend an action die to add 2 to your defense for however many rounds you roll.
Okay, so,
So
3 more points.
there you
and
go.
done.
So that brings it to where I had it before. So yeah,
Okay.
there we go. He's bloodied. Then so they're gonna have to focus on your Vikings. That is 1 hit. Okay, give us a D20 for one of your Vikings here, Hakon.
Nope. It's done.
Nope. Okay, so unfortunately he paid for that. When he landed
That
down, the
Yeah.
Viking saw him and just sank its fangs into his back of his neck. I need one more damage save from you.
Another one?
Yes, please. Oh, no. Wow. Then the one down near does not like getting outnumbered. That is a miss and a miss. And then I've got 3 on Li Bao. First group does not hit. Second one I hit once. Li Bao's. He's been bloodied. Okay. Then it is Li Bao's turn. Would you give us a 2d20 roll, please? Or a 1d20 from each of you?
18.
Nice, a hit. Another hit. Okay, you need not roll. 2 more Serpent Folk down.
Nice.
Then the
He's got a pile. He's like got a Conan pile around him.
Then the Titan. He's gonna try and disarm you, Hakon.
Okay.
Knock that thing out. So just give us an attack roll with your sword. I got a 17. You did get +4 because you're wielding a 2-hand, but even then,
Yeah. It's
you could spend an
12,
action
yeah.
die. You're at 12 and you need to beat 17. Or do you want to save that action die?
I'll save it.
Okay. So it knocks a sword out of your hand, and then its second one will be to attack you. So you don't have that DR anymore, and your defense is down. I think it's a 17.
It's a hit.
Okay, and then damage is 9 points of damage.
Okay.
So his claws bloody you in return. Yeah, that's right, 9 full. So no DR. Ferreira.
So I'm bloodied also, however that works.
Yeah, so you get fatigued. 1.
So 1, okay.
She'll step forward and then she will target the Titan with some good old polar ray.
Okay. I failed my reflex save if you successfully cast. There you go! Just on the nose. Now, do you want to spend action die on damage?
Yes.
One of the cool things with cold, it goes directly through armor. You have to have cold protection against it. Come on. Oh!
Does the
right.
extra +2 apply to this?
Yes, it does. So that's 8.
My grace under pressure.
And with Achilles' heel, why don't you tell us what it looks like as you kill this injured Titan?
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because it's Achilles' heel against cold.
Mm.
She will, as she steps forward, the fog will sort of solidify into cold again, and she'll sort of just focus it up into its face. Maybe it's getting ready to sort of bite down and just focus it all into its face. Sort of.
And it is down. Everyone gets an action die. And did you 5-foot step?
Yes, I stepped closer too.
So you could take another half action then. This is not a move.
Oh, I see. Which is, I think she will try and threaten these two by essentially hoping. Well, one of them spoke common earlier, so she'll say, "Leave now, or this will happen to you next." As their champion falls.
Awesome. Okay, and then I can't remember. You're a wizard as your specialty, right?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, not a sorcerer. Because a sorcerer gets +4 to the difficulty class of the will saves to resist stress.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they're scary as fuck. It's the Gandalf thing of when he's in Bilbo's home.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and give us a 18. Yeah, give us a 1d6 roll. So if you'd like, you could spend an action die. I rolled an error on mine, which means he's going to flee, but you could spend an action die and make 2 of them flee.
Yeah.
Okay, so they turn and leap over the side into the water. Then it is the things. I think we did Lemurians first last time or Vikings first last time?
It was Lemurians.
So Vikings are up. What are they doing?
Yeah, there's only 2 left.
Yeah.
This is gonna move one. 2,
We can probably drop into narrative now, just to
yeah, they're
clean
gonna
up
move
things.
to try to help here.
Sure.
This guy's probably gonna, since he's beat up, he's gonna sit down on the stairs.
Okay. Yeah.
Rest.
And maybe like the Lemurian sits on the opposite stairs. They look at one another like. Okay. So here's what we are going to end with then, guys, because you do successfully seemingly drive off at least for the end of the scene, so everyone would recover. Let me bring us back to the ship here then. Okay. So, and I'll get rid of our enemies there. And you are introduced to the warrior who's been fighting alongside you, and his name is Li Bao. Go. There we go. And when he comes over, he says, "I don't understand. You were not allies of the serpents, and yet your vessel was brought in to collide with us.
There was something in the water, a creature. I guess it could have guided our course or the fog, but no, as I said, we're not your enemy. That is how we have proven now.
And you hear a voice from another fellow speaking in accented common, who looks like this. And he is accompanied by a woman who looks like that. She's carrying a lacquered and very fancy-looking box. Definitely Lemurian in design. And the man who speaks says, "How do you know," this is to you, Fareda, "how do you know we were brought together?"
I don't know for certain, but there was a serpent-esque creature in the waters. The fellow who was starting with us called the Jormungandr. But I am not of his faith. It's not a term I am overly familiar with. Might have guided our path. It seemed harmless at the time. But if these
You saw this
serpents
thing.
are the ones that are your enemies.
Indeed, this is the judge speaking. He gestures to the serpent folk in the ground. "These are our foes. They seek the horn of the Lord of the Deep. It is in our keeping." This serpent you saw in the water, did you see its scales?
Yes.
And the woman speaks now, kind of urgently. "What did they look like?"
Freda will describe the flaming crest, the azure scales with the flags of gold and some mottling.
So they look at each other in a knowing kind of way and look back and say, the judge now speaking, "Then it is the Lord who has brought us together." The woman opens the box with a bit of flourish, and what you see sitting inside, resting on there, is it looks like ivory, but with a kind of distinctive bluish hue to it. And it's not like a horn, like an instrument. It is quite literally a broken horn off of some creature, curled and beautiful. And you can see the point at the end where it has shattered off from where it must have been. And she says, "This is what they seek. This will grant them access to the sunken realm, where the Lord of the Deep has sealed their secrets away. It cannot be permitted to be delivered to them." The judge says, "Our captain tells us our vessel is damaged beyond repair. We will sink before reaching our destination, in spite of," and he gestures to the fog, "our efforts to conceal ourselves. Is your vessel still seaworthy?" Both of you know it is. It was damaged where it's prowed in, smashed in, but...
It has seen better days, but it shall hold.
The woman then steps forward. "This is not your struggle, nor your burden, but we prevail on you. The Lord brought you to us. Will you help us?"
Freda will look over at Hakon. Hakon, I see all that raging has stolen your voice away.
Yes. Hakon is like, "I do not like these snake folk. I will help you to destroy them."
Then we are in agreement.
So they, looking at one another, they say, "Very well. We must hurry. They have many. Their numbers are many, and they will strike once again." Then we sail. And that is unfortunately where we'll have to leave the chapter. So
Nice.
then, that brings us to the end of Chapter 7 of our Tales from Thule campaign. So, you know, and it's almost as if like someone's getting ready to take a vacation where you can think about how to stitch all this stuff together. But for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for Chapter 7 of this Tale from Thule. As is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, the campaign, or our summer campaign, or the game we're playing, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section down below, and I'll endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. There's also a link down below to the Dungeon Musings Discord server where all of us are active, and we have channels there dedicated to the, we have one dedicated to assorted games where I've been posting the character sheets from all our pre-gens that we've been playing today. So if you're interested in seeing what these characters look like in the Fantasy Craft rules, you can see that there. There's also channels for most other games and campaigns we run on the channel. There's Find a Group, GM discussion, virtual tabletop chat. There's a terrific, helpful, knowledgeable, and friendly community over there, and you're more than welcome to join us. There's also a link down below to our friends at Noble Knight Games. Noble Knight Games is the preeminent unionized retailer of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs in North America. Not only do they have an incredible selection of new role-playing games, board games, and card games, they have an unmatched selection of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs. If they don't have something in stock you're looking for, you can put it on a want list, and they'll send you an email when it comes in. And if you make a purchase of $10 or more through their website, be sure to enter the code MuserNight, all caps, all one word, and it'll save you 10% on any purchase of $10 or more. That'll change as of July 15. So if you're listening to this after that time, just come back to one of our more recent videos, and you'll see what the current discount code is there. The last thing I will say is a huge thank you to our stalwart Reavers. So, Carl and David, thank you so much for playing today. Guys, that was a great... We weren't able to carry on with our usual Traveler campaign, and I always hate wasting time when we've got time set aside for gaming, so I appreciate you guys joining me back in Thule. Congratulations against the Snakes, too.
Yes.
That was
Then,
Fun.
we will be back in... so actually, I'll be on vacation in 2 weeks' time. So we'll be back in the Borderland probably... Or not the Borderland, the Trojan Reach in 4 weeks' time. But until then, we hope that we gave you a few hours to take your mind off the troubles of our world and think about the troubles that our stalwart Reavers have encountered as they're simply trying to raid a criminal gang. I mean... Jeez, is that too much to ask? And until we see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy gaming.